Students of the Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife, have demanded an apology from the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, following the arrest of 69 suspects by the commission in a raid of outside campus hostels in the early hours of Wednesday. The Students Union of the university said the arrested persons were students of the university. The students were driven by the EFCC from the university environment in Ile-Ife, Osun, to the Commission's office in Ibadan, the Oyo State capital. But following a protest by the students who stormed the zonal office of the anti-graft agency in Iyaganku, Ibadan on Wednesday, 58 of the students were released. Now, to give us further updates and, of course, give us a look at how the students themselves are feeling, Opeyemu Akinboni, Secretary General of the Great Ife Students Union, joins me now. Welcome to the show. Thank you so much for joining me, Opeyemu.
Good afternoon, Ma.
So let's start with a look at the numbers very quickly, Opeyemu. So according to reports, it's 69 students that were arrested by the EFCC. Some 58 have been released. What do we know about those who are still in EFCC custody, or are all the students, have they now been released by the EFCC?
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone. Listeners at home, good afternoon. Just like you said, we got a report on the 1st of November that EFCC, the men of the EFCC, the operative of the EFCC, came to Ile-Ife off campus to abduct some of our students, because what the operative has done, I will not refer to it as an arrest, but rather as an abduction or kidnapping. Because you come in at the middle of the night at about 2 a.m. to Ile-Ife, all the way from Ibadan, I really don't see that as an arrest. Because if you would have said, okay, you want to arrest students, you should have written to the university management, or perhaps send them an invitation letter for investigation or anything. So coming all the way from Ibadan just to abduct or to kidnap our students is actually illegal. And just like you stated the other time, the reports, as it as 69 were arrested. And immediately we heard the news, we swung into action. We went to the zonal headquarters at Ibadan. And immediately we got there, we mounted prayers at the headquarters, telling them that we want the immediate release of our students at their place. And after some time, we were able to meet with the zonal coordinator. The zonal coordinator was able to address us and tell us the situation of things. And after some time, they assured us that they will release every of our students with them. But unfortunately, we were able to secure the release of just 58 students. And currently, we have 11 in their custody. But as it stands, we are ensuring, and we've met with the appropriate authorities just to ensure that we secure the release of the other 11 students in their custody.
Okay, so let me quickly ask you, because after this particular situation developed, we heard from the new EFCC chairman that he was banning night raids or night operations. How does that make you feel as a student, particularly here in Nigeria, given some of the history between security agencies and individuals like the EFCC with young men and young students like yourself? Do you think the announcement by the EFCC chair is going to at least make a difference in some of these situations?
Yes, no doubt about that. The announcement by the EFCC chairman is actually a good one. And for a fact, I can tell you it is commendable, because this operative of EFCC are beginning to parade themselves as armed robber. If you want to arrest an individual, probably you have an intelligence report from anywhere that, okay, somebody is into cybercrime or anything, call it whatever name you may. You are meant to write. If the person is a student, just like we have in our own case, we have a university management, it would be better to write through this chief security officer of the university, inviting the students for questions, rather than going to the hostels at the middle of the night to burgle their doors, destroy so many things. For a fact, I can tell you, these men of operative, they destroyed the CCTV in this particular hostel. These things are illegal. And it begs to begin to question the professionalism and the mental capacities of these people. You cannot say you're a professional and you behave in that way. This was the same way Chibok girls were abducted. And this is the same thing the men of the EFCC are beginning to do. So I as a person, I'm really glad that the chairman of the Economic Financial Crimes Commission has given the announcement. I think with that, we are good to go as Nigerians. And every student now will be able to sleep without having to bother about EFCC coming to boggle their hostels at night any longer.
Okay.
So it's a good one from the EFCC chairman.
Okay. Okay. I want to get an idea of how this has affected the overall atmosphere and sort of feeling for students on campus in OAU, and particularly those who live off of campus as well. In terms of the general sentiment, how are the students doing?
Currently there is an unrest in the whole community of Obafemi Awolowo University, because you come in to just for a fact it has never happened before in Obafemi Awolowo University. EFCC coming to arrest our students unjustly has never happened before, and that is why the student union as a whole, and even the student populace, which is the generality of Ile-Ife students, are not really happy with these incidents. And that is why we've sent a signal to their national headquarters and even the zonal headquarters that we, as a body, which is Ile-Ife Student Union, are not really pleased with these inactions by the operative of the EFCC.
All right, Opeyemu, before I let you go, in terms of the steps that students are taking now to ensure the protection and rights of students moving forward, what is the student union looking at? And then I'd also like to get your thoughts also on this demand for an apology. What next? Is there any more dialogue or communication between the student union and the EFCC?
Okay, thank you, Ma. Yesterday we were at the office again just to see how we can secure the release of the remaining 11. But unfortunately, every effort proved abortive. So now we told them that, okay, since these people have been detained for over 48 hours, and we believe Nigeria is being guided by the Constitution, and the Constitution is very clear. The Constitution states that you cannot detain a suspect more than 48 hours. And now these people are there more than 48 hours. So what we are looking at is to see how we can bring in a lawyer, though we have a lawyer already on the case. And now we want to further engage the lawyer to at least help us seek for an administrative bail of these students. At least we can get an administrative bail for these students. We can then, if need be, probably they need them to show up again at the custody. They can easily do that for further investigations. So currently we are looking for how we can release those ones, because for a fact that is what we are really interested at the moment. The 11 students must be released and nothing more. Then for the apology, these students that were unjustly arrested, they were mere suspects, and even according to the Constitution, until proven otherwise, probably by the court of law, you don't just assume somebody is a criminal. And that is why we've demanded for an apology from the leadership, or let me say from the operative of the EFCC, that these people releasing their names on every media outlet daily will tamper their future. If you press your phone and search it on Google, this individual's name will still pop up, and this is telling us that these people might not be able to go further, probably in their respective spheres, their respective course of studies or anything. So, and that is why we are demanding an apology from the operative of the EFCC to at least help us put down these names and probably write a rejoinder in regards to the published names.
Okay. All right. So Opeyemu Akinboni, Secretary General, Ile-Ife Students Union, thank you so much for joining me. We will be following very closely up with this case and also be speaking with you again. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Bye.